with ECW legend Francine watching on from the front row. The main event would be the 10 women tag team match. This was incredible. Fatal Influence, Cora, Jade and Roxanne Perez versus Zaria, Stephanie Vaquer, Giulia, Jordynne Grace and Kelani Jordynne. Absolutely stacked. This thing would break down very quickly. We would see a great moonsault from Kelani Jordynne to the outside of the ring. Actually looked incredible. Great camera angle as well for that. This match was, as expected, a lot of fun, but the ending was incredible. Zaria spearing Jordynne Grace by accident, but they kept the camera on it. They're planting seeds here. Zaria versus Jordynne. Yes, I need to see that ASAP. Zaria would then pin the NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. So we're probably going to set up a match for Zaria and Roxanne. But no, they cut the camera immediately to Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace potentially getting involved in that match in the future. This is things you might have missed from WWE NXT 2300. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Tonight was the massive NXT 2300 show. NXT from the ECW arena, and they did do the cold open with the NXT superstars, the old ECW flashbacks to the old ECW theme song. Very cool. The first match of the night, we see Jaida Parker take on Lola Vice in a hardcore match, because of course you start an ECW show with a hardcore match. ECW legend Dawn Marie was the special guest referee for this. She didn't get physical, didn't get involved, didn't sway the decision or anything like that. She was just there for the referee job. But this match was fun. Lola and Jada delivered. The ending would see Jada in a submission, reaching for a brick and smashing it over the face of Lola Vice. The spot was very cool, very unique. The brick shattered over the face of Lola Vice, but Lola kicked out at 2. And there was only one move after it, and that was the drive-by. And I just think, why not just end the match with the shot with the brick, because that looked badass. Wes Lee would go one-on-one with Javon Evans tonight, but before the match even began, we'd see Rob Van Dam laid out with a chair in the back by Wes Lee. Now, obviously, during the match, we'd see like RVD being helped away by officials. I did like the use of RVD here, obviously using him with Kelani Jordynne, just getting some eyes on her once again. But this match was genuinely incredible. That brainbuster to the stairs looked absolutely insane. Javon sold his neck the entire match, as Wes Lee had the advantage towards the end of the match with a chair in his hand. RVD would make his way to ringside. He didn't get involved physically at all, but Javon Evans would be directed to the top rope and hit a 5-star frog splash. The distance was absolutely incredible. Literally from one side of the ring, Javon ended up in the other corner. That's insane. Obviously, Javon picking up the win there. RVD raising the hand in what definitely felt like a passing of the torch moment between RVD and Javon. A special announcement by General Manager Ava would follow, and we wonder what this was. The announcement was the announcement of Deadline on the road. It's gonna be in Minneapolis. Now, this was obviously controversial, and you did it perfectly, NXT, as Robert Stone would troll the Philly fans. The lights would go out, and ECW legend, recent TNA Hall of Famer, Rhino would gore Robert Stone. I love this. Who doesn't love Rhino? One of the best of all time, genuinely. Giant pop from the audience. Giant pop from me at home. He even got a fist bump from General Manager Ava after he gored one of her members of staff. Make it make sense. I don't care. I love the segment. A story worth mentioning, though, as Ava was making her way to the ring to make the announcement, Eddie Thorp would approach Ava. This is the second week in a row, and obviously last week we had the Rhea Ripley situation. This week, Ava was on her way to the ring. Eddie Thorp cannot catch Ava at the right time. He's seemingly wanting to talk to her about something. It wasn't just a random thing last week. It's something they're actually doing. What could it be that he wants? Is this gonna, the fact he can't talk to her, is that gonna make him like a heel character, maybe. The tag match of Ethan Page and Ridge Holland versus Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley would see Bubba christen Booker Dudley tonight at ringside. But yes, this match was lots of fun. Although, and I genuinely think most people were shocked by this, I know I was, Ridge Holland pinned Trick Williams. What? Now, obviously, this is setting up for Ridge versus Trick, probably at Deadline, but it did feel like all the energy got sucked out at the 2300 arena. But NXT saved it completely as they would do a post-match brawl that would see the Dudley Boyz playbook. The what's up from the top, always fun to see as Bubba held the legs, Trick made the headbutt, and then when Bubba told Trick to get the tables, there was no tables. And that meant Dvon had to make an appearance to deliver the table for Bubba and Trick to use the double choke slam through the table to Ethan Page. The Dudleys and Trick standing tall, energy restored. Karmen Petrovic would approach Ashante tonight, obviously asking him about the other woman costing her match. And Ashante would reveal that he wasn't interested. He would let her know that he knew last week was her birthday, but obviously didn't probably buy her anything, and Karmen angry about that. Is Karmen going to somehow look for revenge on Ashante? Nunzio and Tony Mamaluke would confront the Don Tony D'Angelo tonight. We got told that next week it will be Adriana Rizzo versus Nikita Lyons, but tonight a tax needed to be paid as the Don had to put the North American belt on the line against Nunzio. But this is Nunzio, and this is the man he faced, the man who beat Obafemi twice. Now, while Nunzio had a little bit of offense, this match was no more than literally comedy, and I loved every single second of it, as Nunzio would say a prayer before taking the spine buster and the Don picking up the win. But the family united, obviously the Don of NXT, the full-blooded Italians, together, at least for one night. And I'm really pleased they did this, because I see it in my comment section all the time, how the family is basically just the FBI, the full-blooded Italians. And you're right, it is. So doing this again, just like Javon and RVD, it's a passing of the torch moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. It looks like the relationship between William Regal and Lexis King is done, as William Regal would say that Lexis King has proven he is not his father's son, which Lexis was quite happy about. Then we'd get No Quarter Catch Crew, where William Regal would ask Charlie Dempsey if he was his father's son, which if you didn't know is funny because William Regal is his father. But Regal hinting at No Quarter Catch Crew entering the tag division, which makes a ton of sense. Obviously, though, William Regal was against Charlie Dempsey. What is it that William Regal's looking for? Is he looking for someone with a killer instinct? Someone like an original Brian Pillman, maybe? I know one of the hot topics of discussion right now is, should Paul Heyman have been here tonight? I would have loved to have seen Paul Heyman in Philly, in the ECW arena again. But storyline-wise, with the bloodline, it honestly makes no sense. Had you returned Paul Heyman to TV already? Yes. But Paul Heyman being on WWE TV and then not being with Roman Reigns makes absolutely no sense, does it? And do you really want to give away that moment? You don't. You really don't, because that's such a big deal. We want to see Heyman's return with Roman. Personally, I was hoping for a Sandman appearance, but I am happy that Rhino was there, and at least WWE did give us that surprise moment. That was very fun indeed. But here's an interesting thought to finish the video. NXT, could we do this again maybe next year for WCW maybe? We could bring in people like Kevin Nash. You could have got people in WWE like Rey Mysterio. I think Billy Kidman works backstage in WWE. Let's do it. It was a fun show tonight. Let's not beat around the bush, not worrying about what we wanted to see, but what we actually got was good. For me, solid 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video. Catch you next time. Peace!